back. Brand new video today. We're doing two NFL player props here on PrizePicks for Sunday, December 1st. Before we get started, you guys, link in the description below of the video. Hop into the premium Discord, $9.30 per month, 31 cents per day. Again, that's where I post all the plays I'm making on PrizePicks. Other cappers in there as well. Super positive community. Overall, everyone in there just trying to help each other cash. Currently doing a promo for first-time members. Promo code TUFF gets you 20% off your first month. As a member in the Discord, it comes out to like $7 for the first 30 days. Link in the description below for that. Also, guys, follow me on Twitter at ToughPicks. Currently doing, daily plays of the day over on Twitter, trying to really build a Twitter following, Twitter community. Link in the description below. You can follow me on Twitter at ToughPicks. It's a verified account. And then Daily Grind Fantasy, you guys, the DFS optimizer, absolute elite tool that I do use on a regular basis to add plays into my parlays. Does all the hard work for you. You can get 25% off your first month over at Daily Grind with the link in the description below using promo code TUFF. But taking a look here, Marquez Valdes-Scantling plus Puka Nacua receiving yards combo under 116.5 is a 61.06% odds to hit. Right, what it does is takes the lines from all the other sports books and compares them to what they are on PrizePicks. Basically on Caesars, BetMGM, this should be minus 342, which is insane odds on the under. Lamar Jackson over 7.5 rush attempts here. 7.5, it's minus 150 on DraftKings. It's at 7.5 on PrizePicks. Giving us a ton of discrepancy and a ton of juice on the over for a line that is on PrizePicks. So again, link in the description below. 25% off your first month using promo code TUFF over at Daily Grind. If you're an underdog, parlay, play better picks, sleeper, whatever platform, DFS platform you play on, there is an optimizer for you. So link in the description below for that. But let's get into it. I got two player props here. NFL Sunday slate. Let's not waste any time. Let's get right into it. Both these plays actually are going to be reception target lines. And the first one is going to be Marvin Harrison Jr. I like his over 6 targets. I think there's a lot of value in reception targets just overall. But let's just get into why I like this. So Marvin Harrison Jr., if we look over on Outlier, over 3.5 receptions is, I think, let me actually refresh this just to see if it has moved. There's also a link in the description. You get a 7-day free trial with Outlier. But over 3.5 catches for Marvin Harrison is about minus 136, minus 138 on FanDuel, minus 135 on BetMGM. The Minnesota Vikings are a pass funnel defense, and they allow the most receptions to wide receivers at this season. I think actually, I know they allow the most targets. Let me just double check if that's third most targets and the third most receptions to wide receivers. Both teams that are ahead of them have obviously played more games. So if on a per game basis, the most receptions and the most targets to wide receivers, right? Just the blitz packages that they run defensively, and their ability to stop the run. Just again, the pass funnel defense has been just kind of a system play for the last couple of years now, or at least since last season, since Brian Flores has been the DC. But like I said, juice decently over to get it 4 catches in this one. And this season, right, rookie season. Also historically, like rookie wide receivers tend to get better as the year goes on. But let's just say he gets 4 catches in this game. This season with 4 catches, he's had at least 6 targets in 4 of those 5 games. And he's only missed finishing with 5 targets here against a really good secondary in the New York Jets. Actually, the second best secondary against wide receivers, or team against wide receivers. And now he gets the Minnesota Vikings, who you can see here ranked 31st in this matchup. We look at wide receivers game log this season versus the Vikings when logging 3 catches. Just last week, Keenan Allen had 15 targets, DJ Moore had 7, and Rome Odunze had 10. So Keenan Allen 15 is just crazy. Calvin Ridley before that 6, Josh Downs 9, Cooper Kupp 8, Puka Nacua 9, Amon-Ra St. Brown 8, Garrett Wilson 23, Jaden Reed, Dontavian Wicks, Romeo Doubs all had 8+. Nico Collins 10, Stephon Diggs had 12. So again, pass funnel defense, Minnesota Vikings. I think 6 reception targets for Marvin Harrison is too low. Literally three targets a half, and we push this line. So Marvin Harrison over 6 reception targets is the first play. The second play here I'm looking at is going to be Saquon Barkley. I like his over reception targets at 3. Again, I don't know why anyone would take, not necessarily, but his receptions at 2.5, reception targets at 3, so we get elite push potential here on that one. But Saquon Barkley, I think it's weird how, low his reception count has been this season. Like 2.5 receptions, right? He's only over this line in 4 of 11 targets. He's over in 5 of 11, right? But it's interesting because if you go back to last season, he was over in 10 of 14 games. He averaged 4.29 targets per game. He had multiple games with 4+, multiple games with 5+, actually, and even some games with 6+ targets. Like, he's a receiving back. He can catch the ball in the backfield. And maybe they're gonna go to it a little bit more because I mean, over his last 2 games this season, he's coming off 52 and 47 receiving yards over his last 2 games. And again, this is just such a great matchup here against the Baltimore Ravens, who again are elite at stopping the run. They give up the fewest yards per carry in the NFL, 3.3 yards per carry, but they do allow the second most total targets to the running back position. Second most total targets to the running back position, putting Saquon Barkley here in an absolute great spot. Like I said, even going back to previous years, back to 2021, targets, you can see the hit rate on this one. All right, more than probably 75% of games back in 2020. We look at that 2019 targets, right, over this line in every single game, or a push or better, right, in every single game back in 2019. And then here as well, over push or better in every single game. So it's weird that he hasn't gotten those same type of target volume this season. He has, pushed this line or gone over this line. Actually, let's go back to outlier. Pushed or gone over this line. Let's go to targets in what is this one? So he's played 11 games and he's gone under in 4. So 7 of 11 games, he's had at least 3. So the hit rate is pretty decent. But we look at running backs game log this season, we've seen actually 15 different running backs grab at least 3 targets or see at least 3 targets versus the Ravens. So 15 total running backs. I mean, the Ravens have only played 12 games. So we're looking at, 15 running backs in 12 games have had 3 targets. Saquon Barkley, to me, one of the best and most elite, elusive pass-catching running backs in football. I don't see a reason he can't see 3 targets in this game that has an absolute elite matchup and game script, right? This has the highest over-under on the slate at 50.5. So hopefully both teams just moving the ball downfield a ton in this one. So Marvin Harrison over 6 reception targets, Saquon Barkley over 3. Again, the Saquon one is a little bit more weatherproof too, like if there's weather and wind and snow or whatever it may be. I know the game is outdoors. I'm not really sure what the weather's going to be, but again, reception targets for running backs is just safer in general. And then Marvin Harrison again is playing indoors, and they are our road underdogs as well, so giving us a positive game script on that one. Again, please drop a like on this video, guys. Check out all the links in the description below. Hit that subscribe button. As always, let's cash.